They could have captured them by now. Maybe Joe and Jenny are safe.
Well, those are the good possibilities. The bad ones...
Yeah, I know. I thought of them too, Viki. I'm just trying to keep a perspective on this thing.
Perspective seems almost a luxury at the moment.
I know, but what I was thinking was, if we've lost Jenny, if Jenny is dead and they drop her body on the hospital lawn like they said they would...
Don't.
Well, look. The thing is, the police have that whole area staked out for blocks around. So they catch the terrorists, they find out where the hideout is, and they'd be able to save Joe.
Richard, those terrorists are willing to die. I hardly see either one of them giving out that kind of information.
Maybe. Maybe so. Well, anyway, there's still 12 hours before they carry out their threat against Joe.
I don't know about that either. When the one doesn't come back, the other one's going to assume that he's been caught, and then...
Oh, all right, well, just forget the whole thing, okay?
Come in.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. I just heard Jim and Paul's broadcast, and I just got scared. I rushed out of the clinic, and I wanted to come over to have you heard anything?
No, we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs.
Well, I don't want to do that. I'm sort of hoping for a miracle. Sort of seems to go with Jenny, doesn't it? Or shouldn't it?
Hello? Oh, Mrs. Hopkins.
Richard, have you heard anything about Mr. Riley and Jenny?
No, nothing yet. Where are you?
Well, I'm in a phone booth not far from the Banner. I thought I could see you if it's not inconvenient.
Oh, nothing's very convenient right now, Mrs. Hopkins.
Richard, if you have something to do, go ahead and do it.
Wait, hold on a second. I don't want to leave you alone.
Well, Karen is here.
Okay, it won't take very long. Okay, Mrs. Hopkins, when? 45 minutes is good. I'll meet you in 45 minutes in the Banner Lounge. Hey, I guess you heard from Becky, huh? You saw her.
45 minutes, the Banner Lounge. Goodbye, Richard.
Mrs. Hopkins. Well, look, I'm going to go see if the police have found out anything more, okay?
How you holding up?
Off and on well. Sometimes not at all.
Isn't it strange? I mean, your husband and my sister are thrown together like that. And here we are. We're not really very close, but because we share the same fear, I feel.
I know.
But I don't feel that I could be very calm. I mean, like you on the outside.
Karen, I can assure you, it is total chaos inside.
Yeah, but if anybody walked in this room, they think that... You know, I've always been a little intimidated by you. I guess it's because you're a lot of the things that I'd like to be. Sensible and dedicated to your family and happy. All those things. And I know that it's not just on the surface. I know it's inside. I know it's you. I don't know why I'm talking like that. I guess to take my mind off Jenny. I'm thinking about her every minute. I'm thinking about when we were kids. When we were growing up. And how we grew apart. And then I suddenly realized that over the years, how I'd let us drift even farther and farther apart.
Karen, that sometimes happens to people in crisis. We become very aware of how we've treated others.
Do you think I'll ever get to tell Jenny how much I love her, how much I respect her? Because I don't think she knows that. I mean, the respect part, anyway. All my life, I have put her down. I have put down her lifestyle, her beliefs, everything. And it would be a terrible thing if she died. And I didn't get to tell her that I did it because I always felt unworthy next to her.
We can really only pray that you do get the chance to tell her.
Pray, yeah. That's something I never learned to do very well. Like a lot of things. Funny. I remember Sundays. Be time for church. Time for church would roll around, and our parents would practically have to drag me off to church. And Jenny would... well, she'd practically skip down the sidewalk. She was so happy to go. She'd get in there, and she'd be in the first pew, and she'd sit up straight, and she'd sing loud, and she'd just look up at the priest, just take it all in.
And you?
Me? Oh, well, I'd slouch, and I'd kick the pew in front of me, and look around for the cutest boy who was near me, try to catch his eye. And then it would be time, and everybody would bow their heads and pray, and...
Oh, Viki. I wish I'd learned to pray. I could be helping Jenny now.
Honey, Karen, don't do this to yourself.
If she dies, I'll never forgive myself. My parents will never forgive me.
Your parents? Now, what are you talking about? You had nothing to do with this.
Oh, yes, I did. Don't you see, it should have been me. I was the bad one. I was the one who was always hurting somebody. And it wouldn't hurt them so much if I died.
You're talking nonsense.
No, I'm not. You don't understand. You see, if I had been the one that had been kidnapped in that parking lot that day, my parents would have told me that it was my fault and not just theirs.
Karen, you are their daughter, too. I'm sure it would hurt them just as much if they lost you.
No, it wouldn't. It should have been me. And now there's Jenny, whose life is on the line. Jenny, who was the good one, the kind one, the considerate one, who became a nun, who became a nurse. And then there's me. And I became a...
Became a what?
apparently the survivor.